I Am No Longer Here was a very emotional film because when I watched it, it focused heavily on identifying music, culture, and isolation. Directed by Fernando Frias de la Parra, the movie follows Ulises, a teenager from Monterrey, Mexico, who is deeply connected with Colombia's subculture, a soul-down cumbia movement known for music, dancing, clothing, and hairstyles, which made the film really powerful because to me it was specifically portrayed to a subculture while telling a universal story about belonging and displacement. Ulises and his friends use music and dance almost a way to escape violence and chaos surrounding them. Their style may look strangers to outsiders, but to them it represents identity, community, and pride. The part of the movie that stuck with me the most was when Ulises' experience after migrating to New York in Mexico. He at least understood the culture and the environment around him. But in the United States, he became isolated and disconnected from almost everything familiar to him. The language barriers, loneliness, and inability to fit in made the scenes more uncomfortable and sad. I think the film does a really strong job showing the migration is not only about physically moving somewhere else, but also about losing parts of your identity and culture in the process. The title I'm No Longer Here symbolizes Ulysses almost feels emotionally erased from both places. He no longer fully belongs in Mexico, but he also cannot fully belong in New York. I also agreed with many of Fernando Furias de la Parra's thoughts about the film when he discussed identity and migration. The movie avoids stereotypes and instead portrays Ulysses as a real person trying to survive emotionally and socially. I understood why directors praise the movie because it feels authentic and humanly deep, especially to me because I can really relate coming from Mexico into the United States. You're not from here or from there. One thing that especially stood out to me was how the silence reflected emotional isolation and made the audience sit with loneliness instead of rushing through it. Overall, I thought No I'm No Longer There was such an impactful film because it explored migration, youth culture, and identity in a way that felt personal and realistic, while also showing how music and community can become sources of survival and belonging.